Top 20 best anime of 2023, man. Me and my stream, we give it up the most honest. It's your boy Chosen, man, the funniest and most honest reactor out. Me and my stream gonna argue. We gonna see if we agree with Vinny 2's list, and we're gonna try to keep up our rankings throughout, or at least end up with a top 5 at the end, right? And we're gonna give it up 100%. And they gonna argue with me, I'm gonna argue with them, or we're gonna agree. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I think sometimes Vinny 2 be he be a little too nice. But let's get to it, man.
As we approach the end of 2023, let me ask you something. What do you think about this year as an anime fan? Me? I think it's pretty damn awesome. Sure, there were some low points like constant production delays, but I guess with the grind and rigor of the seasonal anime schedule, some things just can't be avoided. The good points and the highs more than make up for it, however, and I'm here to share with you what I think are the 20 most amazing anime 2023 has given us. Starting things off, we have Mashle.
Damn, Mashle at 20 is kind of crazy. Mashle at 20 is kind of crazy.
If the goofy character designs and the bright colours remind you of something else, then you're not alone. And what better anime to pay homage to than one of the biggest titles of the 2010s, One Punch Man? Mashle, in a lot of ways, feels like a knockoff, not just to One Punch Man, but to other popular intellectual properties like Harry Potter too. You've got the crazy, overpowered character who's quiet and unassuming. You've got the magic school, you've got the techniques and the over-the-top fights that are common in a lot of shonen, and it's all awesome. Mashle simply proves that you really don't have to be super original in order to be a success. It may seem like a point of criticism, actually, to call many bits of the
He got a little, okay, Vinny 2, say it with your chest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vinny 2 talking that talk. And it feel really like a knockoff. I ain't really rock with it like that. Ain't not really that original. Okay. I ain't never heard Vinny 2 talk like this, man. Yes, sir. Now that's how you critique. They go, what? Feel like a proud daddy in the stands, nigga. That's my YouTube channel, my favorite YouTuber right there. Now that's my YouTuber, man. That's the YouTuber I know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, we getting into it. Yeah. And your cooking ain't got no seasoning, nigga. Yeah, he gonna keep it a bug out of Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah. And girl, your makeup, you got too much damn makeup on. Wax on, wax off, nigga. Yes, sir.
show knockoffs, but practically speaking, it really isn't, as I believe it's mostly execution that matters here. At the end of the day, anime is here to entertain us, and with such a funny way of parodying anime tropes and overpowered protagonists, Mashle proves to be a winner.
Okay, at 20 though. Yeah, I can't write it down, I ain't gonna lie, but I'll put it in the chat. Y'all gotta keep it up with the chat too. Y'all gotta help out. 20,
Next.
Mashle. We got Mashle at 20. We got Mashle at 20. Okay, so Mashle's the floor, basically. Mashle's the floor. We got to see what's better than Mashle. If Mashle's the floor, now we know what the floor is. So now it's, okay, the floor is Mashle.
Old Faces, Trigun Stampede. Bringing back legacy series and giving them the modern treatment in the form of remakes has been a thing the past couple of years now. Of course, we shouldn't expect them all to be remakes, as these new retouches aim to tell the story from different angles or approaches. They've mostly succeeded in varying degrees, although there are instances like Shaman King where things just had to be rushed, like the anime team just wanted to get it over with. Thankfully though, Trigun Stampede isn't that, and as a fan of the original, I quite like the new approach they took with this.
I can't really judge it too crazy. I think that's fair. Honestly, it's number 19. Okay, do y'all agree? Because I haven't seen Trigun Stampede. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna cap to y'all. I'm not even gonna try to crap on it. I'm not a fan of the animation though. I do believe Ajin to me is like the only successful anime that really does that well. But I'm not a huge fan of this type of animation. So it was hard for me to even watch it. I tried, couldn't get into it. And I'm a fan of the older Trigun Stampede. So I like the jokes. But it is an interesting take. They took a risk. Me personally, I would put Mashal over it, but I'm not gonna go too crazy.
One. Trigun's a franchise that's always amazed me with its world and strong thematic elements. It's been a pleasure being able to join Vash in his adventures back in the 90s, and I really don't mind how this modern version instead decided to focus more on the who and the how of things. It's a character-driven affair more than the predecessor, and it places more emphasis on hammering down the conflict between the brothers Vash and Knives. Trigun Stampede had some rough stretches in terms of reception to its CG, but I never found it to be jarring enough to take away enjoyment from this cool show. Whether you're a fan of the OG or a new fan looking to get into the franchise.
Yeah, that's where I disagree. So for me personally, I couldn't get into it because of the CGI, because of the animation. So I have to put this for me personally at 20. But I'm putting Trigun. But Mashal to me is over this because I really enjoyed Mashal.
Trigun Stampede should definitely have something for you. My Happy Marriage is one show that you don't want to miss. Shows that go all in on the drama and tragedy aren't exactly mainstream hits of a season. Even a known tearjerker, Your Lie in April, still had a bright and positive outlook enveloping the anime's run. As such, I didn't expect My Happy Marriage, which is a fitting title, to set the anime world on fire and be a trending show or anything like that actually. But don't let that dissuade you, however, because if you're looking to find yourself in a whirlwind of emotions and witness a kind of anime with...
I gotta bow out, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen it. I gotta bow out. I gotta take that bow out. I'm out of here. POP, somebody else hold it down. Y'all know I'm not big into romance. What anime?
Oh. No matter how bleak things may be.
This nigga still talking about that anime? Damn.
You hear that? It's the sound of the hottest mobile game to hit the market. I'm pleased to welcome today's sponsor, Reverse 9.
Yo, shout out my man getting to the bag. I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah.
You. The gorgeous looking skill animations are just a cherry on top of this very Victorian backdrop has proven to integrating the supernatural with mysteries and setting the
Undead Murder Face
share of whimsical mystery.
Oh yeah, I love this. I thought this was one of the most slept on, underrated anime of the summer. And if I didn't count JJK as a summer anime, honestly, this was my summer anime MVP. I really love this anime. I thought this was fire. Yes, to me it's better than Mashal, so I agree with that. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of Trigun's animation, so I couldn't dive into it. I love Undead Girl Murder Face. Love it, love it, love it. Have y'all seen it? Put down in the comments if y'all seen it.
Integrating the supernatural with mysteries and setting the story against a Victorian backdrop has proven to be quite a successful formula. Undead Girl Murder Fast takes a crack at that setup to a good amount of success, giving anime fans a great crime-solving anime that's full of suspense. It relies quite a bit on shock value, yes, but it also doesn't take away from the fact that the series boasts some likable characters with great chemistry and a plot that's quite fun to follow. Atmosphere is always something to look out for in this genre, and I do think it's one of the strongest suits for the anime. It really helps supplement the nice character dynamics and the banter, which makes up the other part of what makes a show like this click for me. Mystery may not be the most popular genre around, but we have a diamond in the rough here, you know.
I'm telling y'all, this thing is fire, bruh.
We have another remake as the next entry on the list, Rurouni Kenshin.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched Rurouni Kenshin. I gotta lean on y'all. Did y'all watch it? Because I'm still waiting to binge watch it. I know it's not done yet. It's at episode 18.
In the same vein as Trigun Stampede, Rurouni Kenshin 2023 looks to bring a beloved 90s classic up to speed with a more modern take. It retells the classic story of Kenshin, the wandering swordsman looking for redemption and swore to never kill again, in a style more similar to the original manga. That means way better animation and a cleaner look than the original. Especially those of us who've been around to watch the original may have found it a bummer that the comedy was toned down. I get that take and I do agree to a certain extent, but like what I said with Trigun Stampede, I don't think that change is bad at all. This new version of Kenshin aims to retell the same legendary story with a slightly different approach, and I think that the more accurate adaptation kind of makes up for it. It's an opinion that I'll find myself reiterating in another revival of a much beloved show down the line. Personally, I simply find it cool to see these popular anime of yesteryear get a modern rendition like this. It feels like a reunion with old school friends, and this time everyone looks better and acts in a way more apt for the modern era. There's a lot of love to put into this remake in places like faithfully adapting the core essence of the story, I'd say, and watching it put the skeptic in me to rest.
I'm like I said, I gotta have no comment on it as well. I'm not a huge I haven't tapped into it yet. I'm a huge Rurouni Kenshin fan. I actually think the anime community has kind of forgot about it, honestly. He's the greatest swordsman in anime history. Um, he's that guy. The anime was amazing, sensational. I was just worried if they were gonna what type of tone they were gonna take with it, because if you go to the original, it was more, damsel distress girl walking with him, but it did have its dark elements, but also had a lot of comedy elements. But I think if you were gonna use it in this day and age, it would be more. I think it'd be better set to have a darker tone on it. I love this anime.
Zom 100 brings zombies back to the spotlight in 2023.
Y'all gonna hate me. I think this shit is trash. I think this is garbage. I think this is trash. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I was debating on having a review on it and being like, this is the most. Reptile said people forgot about Kitchen because the creator got arrested. Oh. What did he get arrested for? Well, what can you say that he got arrested for? Okay, Viking said he enjoyed it. I think this shit is garbage, bro. Like, I thought it was like one of the over the top, too goofy, like just dumb to me. Like I did not like this anime at all. I thought the live anime adaptation wasn't that far from the original anime, but I didn't like that either. Like I really don't see the hype for this show. Like I really don't get it. I thought Dorohedro's a better anime than this anime. I Viking said, "Oh, Reptile, that makes more sense." The Chris Hansen type of arrest. Sir, what do you think you're doing here? That's crazy. I see it as an anime mix of 2003 Dawn of the Dead mixed the campiness of Shaun of the Dead. See, now that's a solid point, right? That to me is something that, how do I say it? Like, and this might be a little biased, so people might not like me for this. I think that type of comedy is, maybe it's because I'm American, that I would respect the Dawn of the Dead people to kind of stay with that, because that was a certain era, like with Superbad. If anybody remembers Superbad and like Kick-Ass, like that type of making fun of the superhero genre a little bit, making the jokes, putting this like funny, quirky twist on it. Like that to me was in that era and should have stayed in that era. Whereas this is just not. It's supposed to be comedic to me, and I watched. I was like, this is dumb. Like my nigga, and kind of just because it's rare for people to enjoy the same comedy. You're right. It's a different type of comedy. Like I don't agree that. Oh my gosh, Gintama is funny at all to me. Gintama is not funny to me at all. That's why I'm not a huge fan of Japanese comedy. Period. But to me, this is not good, and it's crossed over. It's like has this huge hype to take over the Western Hemisphere too, and I'm like, nigga, I just don't see it. Because that's why this thing is on Netflix, to take over for the Americans too. So I'm gonna speak for as an American. This is not funny at all, and I can't relate to like I slaved away all day, and now like in a zombie apocalypse, like I slaved away so much that in a zombie apocalypse, I'm so happy. First of all, that standpoint don't even make sense because the nigga's young, so he just started. But um, it's just to me read as like some stupid random stuff that I wasn't a huge fan of. I don't think is that good. Um, I don't think this anime is that good at all. Flames or Reptile, have y'all watched this? I really do think this anime is trash, and I really stand by it. Like I thought the live anime adaptation was stupid and dumb. I was like, this is not funny. This is not whose idea was this? I really watched it and I was like, whose idea was this? Like, this is not good. And then I watched the anime and I was like, I got to like episode 3 or 4 and I was like, this is just I don't understand what the heck this hype is about. At all. And mind y'all, this anime has a huge, huge hype. So let me not just act like there's no expectations for this. I had high expectations because it was so hyped. This is garbage. And I stand by that. That shit is garbage. I do not agree. I will take this thing off the list. 100%, I would take this off the list. This don't make the list to me at all.
It doesn't seem too long ago when zombie flicks were all the craze.
That shit garbage, y'all. I promise y'all. I really do. Like, I really do think that shit is garbage. I think that shit is garbage, bro. Like, I don't think it's good at all. Like, I really think it's bad. Like, I don't like the show. It's been a while since I've flat out said that anime is garbage. Like, nothing. Like, I just think I thought the whole premise was dumb. And I was like, oh, well, maybe, like, it'll be cool, like, the way they do it. And nah, didn't hit.
Concept with something a lot of young adults feel in this day and age of stressful work conditions and a bleak outlook of the future. Combining some modern dilemmas that resonate with the youth and their cynical outlook of the future as wage slaves with a zombie survival setting seems to be a decent enough setting, but what helped push Zom 100 to prominence is just how great everything looks. To say that it's cinematic in quality, especially in the first episode, is an understatement. With newer feel in this day and age of stressful work conditions and a bleak outlook of the future. Combining some modern dilemmas that resonate with the youth of the zombie movie, but it sure manages to blend that concept with something a lot of young adults feel in this day and age of stressful work conditions and a bleak outlook of the future. Combining some modern dilemmas that resonate with the youth and their cynical outlook of the future as wage slaves with a zombie survival setting seems to be a decent enough setting, but what helped push Zom 100 to prominence?
And that concept is, I think, where the disconnect from the anime culture and from the West, speak as American, and Japan is coming at a crossroads, because in America, a lot of people are crapping on our generation for saying that we don't work, because we're always like, yeah, no, we're fighting to work from home. Like, we're fighting to take our mental health into accountability more. Like, yo, like, we should be working for ourselves. Like, and we're changing that now. Like, since COVID, like, that's happened. Like, there's been a change where a lot of people work from home now that are my age. And the older generation, too, has now made the change, too, that they have fought for working from home. So I think that's also where the disconnect is coming from, to where we don't relate. Bro, we are literally in the change of us making those adjustments for work, to the point that some old heads in the older generation are saying we don't even like to work, because we take into account, like, yeah, bro, we're not just going to be slaving away. And we are just going to do the remote online jobs. And we are going to be working from home. So I think there's a disconnect with the cultures. Once again, like, saying that the youth would relate, and can honestly say, in America at least, no. 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 If we're talking about the youth, no, we're actually changing it. So I that's, like, already there's a disconnect for it, and like I said, man, I'm not a fan.
Prominence is just how great everything looks. To say that it's cinematic in quality, especially in the first episode, is an understatement. With newer fans placing more and more emphasis on art quality and animation as a barometer of what constitutes a good anime, Zom 100 manages to surge towards its status as the biggest up-and-comer. Now then, the unfortunate release schedule is something else, though. Dr. Stone New World marks the first sequel to be featured on this list.
How we feel about Dr. Stone? I know there's a lot of hot takes.
Dr. Stone has been an adventure anime to talk about. From one season to the other, the anime manages to take on various elements and genres and make them as immersive and captivating as they could ever be. We all know Dr. Stone as the educational shonen anime, but whether it be exploring a new world or an emotionally charged conflict between opposing ideologies, the series just makes it work. With that being said, expectations were pretty high as the cast takes on their next challenge in the new world, and it ended up being a voyage to remember. A fun adventure story and great character dynamics continue to be the hallmark for Dr. Stone. A New World doesn't let up in any way as far as those are concerned.
Damn, Reptile said mid-show. What do you think it's a fair ranking? It's at number 14. It's above Mashle. It's above Zoom 100. Y'all know how I feel. It's above Rurouni Kenshin, Undead Murderface, Trigun. Do we agree?
as we gain new layers of intrigue regarding the petrification that kickstarted the whole plot and meet new characters that shake up the dynamic even more, there's even more reason to keep watching Dr. Stone. I'm pleased to say as well that it's generally maintained the good quality story and world building that started in its first season.
I really like Dr. Stone, but I also will always say this, like, there's something off with it, and I actually cannot pinpoint what it is. Because I'll be watching, and I'm like, I just need to take a break. Like, I don't want to binge watch this. Like, I'm cool off of these episodes. Like, I just want to take a break from watching Dr. Stone. Even when I finish the season, it's like, yeah, that was good. I'm just cool off of watching it. Like, I don't know what is missing. I love the main character. I love the ideology battles. I even like some of the other characters. There's like not an annoying character to me. I like the comedy infused into it. I just flat out will be watching it. I'm just like, I need a break from it. I don't know what that is. So I'm actually cool with it being number 14. I do think it's better than the anime before it. But I think it's just it's like missing something. I feel like I'm watching any athlete that you watch somebody, like they have just everything. They're all fundamentally sound, like they're just so great, but it's just like, they're missing that it factor, you know? Like, I feel like those, like, recruiters for, like, actors, like, he just doesn't have that it thing, you know? Like, he's just not that it guy. I think that's what Dr. Stone is. Like, it does everything so well, but it just is missing, like, that it factor, and I don't know what it is. I think the thing is it takes itself seriously and not serious enough at the same time. Too goofy at some points, not a good balance. Reptile, that's a solid take.
Next is Hell's Paradise.
Damn, my nigga. Get your bag, bruh. Hell's Paradise, number 13. I agree. I love Hell's Paradise.
With a bit more edge in your adventure anime, Hell's Paradise could be your calling. The premise of
Flames already said it. Flames were talking now. That's kind of low. I won't lie. Oh, Hell's Paradise at 13 is kind of crazy. Let's continue.
Convicts and his executioner seems thrilling enough, but wait till you see the actual action sequences. One thing Hell's Paradise always did for me is have me on the edge of my seat at how intense the best action sequences were. I also felt that the character and world building is really good in this anime, and the excitement never lets up per episode due to a mix of the mentioned intense action sequences and the unexpected deaths and turns in the narrative. One thing that people have noticed, that ends up being to the show's detriment is its reliance on narrative. There's a lot of narration in telling us about the island's dangers and all of that, so do keep it in mind when deciding to watch the anime. Still, it's a pretty nice watch if you want more hard-hitting action in your adventure anime. It's still fresh into its run, but
really? They thought the narration was bad? I thought the power scaling was just bad. I thought Hell's Paradise power level scaling was just a little bit bad. Like, the girl, like, is she as strong as the ninja nigga? Like, she'll have moments where she is, and then she's not, and then she technically is, and then he's the strongest, and then he'll get in the mold, but then other people aren't as strong as him, but then is she the strongest? But then how did old boy die that quickly? Like, I thought the narrative was cool. Viking hasn't finished Hell's Paradise. I literally only thought the only thing wrong with Hell's Paradise was the power leveling system. Like, there was moments where you kind of got confused about who was the strongest and who was stronger and who wasn't stronger. I thought it had a good mystery, good narration to explain some things to us when we got a little confused, to keep us on the edge of our seats. The action, like, I really liked Hell's Paradise. I thought Hell's Paradise was really good. I don't like Hell's Paradise at number 13. Let's continue, though.
But I can't help but feature Frieren.
Isn't it only on episode 8?
Talk about a latecomer to the Anime of the Year sweepstakes. Frieren is a fall 2023 anime that I had high hopes for. It aired and broke those expectations, creating a wonderful story that defines what a complete anime looks like in 2023. The thing with Frieren is that it excels in so many areas, which makes it such a great anime to recommend to anyone looking to get into the medium. The story is well paced, and world building remains one of its strongest suits. And then you add to that the contemplative yet hopeful mood and multifaceted characters that embody those ideals, as well as visuals that are nothing short of breathtaking.
Okay, so Vikings said I just started free run, but I can already agree with it belonging in the top 20. The writing is top tier, excellent soundtrack, and tells that the heartstrings is just the right way to make it hurt. So this is number 12 over Hell's Paradise. Already it hasn't even finished season 1 yet. I think this one is definitely more of a preference. Like I said, this is VinnyTube's list. I'm not a fan of slow pacing. That's why I haven't even started it yet. And it reminds me a lot of Jobless Reincarnation, which I think Jobless Reincarnation season 1 didn't have the best pacing. And I've seen other reviews of Free Run. People say it's just a little too slow for me. I'm cool off of it. But Jobless Reincarnation, when it first came out, was very slow paced. And people still rock with it. People still love it. Even though, obviously no one liked this last season, Jobless Reincarnation, which was garbage. This is a bit of a slower pace as well, and I'm not a fan of it. So for me personally, this is not over Hell's Paradise for me, but I think this is more of a preference argument, like what type of anime you're into, what type of pacing you will accept and are okay with. And this is a different type of story, right? So they are trying to explain tugging your heartstrings, X, Y, and Z, get you involved with the characters. That it's this, post, she's with these heroes, like after they defeat the Demon King and like telling that story. And it's supposed to be a slow pace. It's not about the fights. It's about tugging on the heartstrings. Me personally, I'm just not into that. So I don't want to sit there for a couple episodes and wait. So I wouldn't have this in my list. And I damn sure wouldn't have it over Hell's Paradise. This would be way farther down for me personally. But preference. Yeah, so this is a preference thing. Reptile Flames, let me know how y'all feel about it. Have y'all seen it? But as they know, as my stream knows, I argue a lot about pacing. I didn't even like Vinland Saga Season 2's pacing. And they took 12 episodes for something to even happen. So, yeah. But Vinland Saga is also in a different category because they started off with fast pacing and then just went extremely slow. But yeah, I'm not a fan. So I wouldn't have this at 12, but this is more of a preference pick to me.
And you've then got what I call award-winning cinema in anime form.
Damn, nigga. If it's anything like To Your Eternity, I'm gonna love it. Shout out Flames.
Demon Slayer has come a long way now, hasn't it? It no longer feels like
I
the
disagree.
juggernaut it once was, with the new competitors.
I disagree. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and I said this a while ago. I think Hell's Paradise had a better season than Demon Slayer. The last episode did try to save it, but me personally, I'm not gonna lie. We had this talk a while ago. I got Hell's Paradise over Demon Slayer. This was Demon Slayer's worst season. I stand by that. The last episode did try to save the entire season because the last episode was fire. I ain't gonna lie. Damn near cried. But Hell's Paradise to me had the better season. Just slightly. I thought what Demon Slayer did Flames disagrees. We've had this argument before. Demon Slayer, what makes Demon Slayer a great anime, the animation is fire, but what makes Demon Slayer a real great anime is it does what One Piece does in a very short amount of time. What is that? Gets us to care about characters in a very short amount of time. However, in this season, everything felt rushed. We didn't even get the Mist Hashira beats the main villain in like 2 seconds. And then we really can't even get behind his story. It's like, oh, that's cool. And then the villains just kind of show up. There's no anticipation or fear of them. They just kind of happen. It's like, oh, well, they're just doing their thing. Everything felt rushed. You couldn't really get behind the characters or the villains, and the fights were so quick, it didn't really mean anything. Same thing with the Love Hashira. Like, her backstory's like, oh, yeah, gotcha. And then on top of that, we find out the reason why. This is a more story problem. We find out the reason why the super vampire is a vampire. Or is a demon. My fault, I said a vampire. It's a demon. Forgot his name. The one that they're tracking down. That was one of the dumbest reasons I've ever heard in my life. That was a huge letdown. And that's also why people get on Demon Slayer and they're like, yo, Demon Slayer has a very simple story. Which it does. But I never thought the simple story got in the way of it until they revealed the villain's like background. Like Muzan having that type of the reason why he's evil was stupid. Like that was like the dumbest thing I ever heard. And they fumbled like a great mystery. And it was like, wow. We've been wondering Tanjiro's dad and how does he relate to Muzan and like what's going on and his heritage, and it was like, I mean, where does Muzan come from, but how did Muzan even start and what's going on? And yeah, he just was very sick one day, some random doctor experimented on the nigga, and then yeah. Wow. So I thought that season in general was not good. You think? Whoa! You think season 3 Demon Slayer was better as good as season 2? You crazy? I ain't gonna lie, you capping. That's just not the case. That's just not the case. Animation alone is season 2. The fight season 2 are better. They kept you. There was a lot more twists and turns in season 2. It was better. It was a better history. The villains in season 2 were better. Come on, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think I ain't gonna lie. Cause I had this argument with Flameser, and then I finally got Flameser. Wait, you think the villains in season 2 aren't better than Demon Slayer in season 3? Wait, hold on. That's crazy. That's crazy work. One villain literally just says, yeah, nigga. Wait. You think season 2 doesn't have better twists and turns than season 3? Mind you, we see season 2. So the little quote unquote twists and turns that I think y'all gonna bring up for season 3, we kind of already seen before, so it wasn't believable. Season 2 had a lot of BS moments. What moments? What was BS? Viking said a simple story. Tanjiro should have been dead for real. Tanjiro should have been dead in season 3. Come on, bro. You talk about season 3, bro. Come on, bro. That's shonen anime. Now, we know. Now, come on, bro. We know shonen anime give niggas plot armor. And they did try to give logical plot armor, bro. Nah, not like season 3. Bro, season 3, Tanjiro got Thunder God Strike, bro. What? Like, that nigga has never tried that move. What are we talking about? That nigga has never done that. Ever. There's no training. Like, that nigga just, I got the move now. Come on, bro. That was the biggest cap I've ever seen in my life. That's literally, what's that nigga's name? I forgot his name. His one move. Like, his one strong move. And it wasn't like I got like a similar version of it. It was like, no, nigga, I got that technique. That's like Sasuke not whipping out the Chidori, whipping out the Rasengan, like randomly. Like, just like, yeah, nigga, I got it now. What? What? After the one try. Like, what is going on? That nigga's never practiced this. The ninja's Hashira's biggest thing is that he gets hoes. He wasn't interesting. I would say he's more interesting. I would say he was more charismatic and cool. Charismatic, cool. I'm gonna use more charismatic than Miss Hashira and the Love Hashira. The Miss Hashira just showed up and was bland as hell. You get his backstory that take one episode to explain, and then this nigga just wins the fight. Oh my gosh. His story is more sad than the ninja. That's not what I'm arguing. However, the way they explain it in the show, the nigga shows up. I'm not arguing. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing if the Miss Hashira has a more detailed backstory. That's not what I'm arguing. What I'm arguing is the structure of the show. So the Miss Hashira just shows up is this nigga that just doesn't say anything, walks around, is like, oh, that's cool. And then the villains just immediately pop up out of nowhere. No anticipation for these niggas. The Miss Hashira, then they show us like, oh yeah, this is backstory. Oh, cool. Great. And then this nigga just basically immediately wins the fight. In like one fell swoop. That's it. Whereas if we talk about season 2, first off, when bro automatically shows up, they made a cool character. The nigga looks cool. The nigga is charismatic. You're right. They didn't give a lot to his backstory because there's still like shot of the mystery that he just has 3 wives. But that's what makes bro cool. Bro is supposed to be just a cool, charismatic nigga. And to me, he was that. Just look at the fanfare. Not even just me being biased, but just look at the fanfare as general masses. It was like, nah, that nigga's cool, bro. Like, everybody fuck with bro. So, when his women are all in, like, at stake, and you're like, damn, they do look cool, and you're like, damn, who's gonna save them? X, Y, Z going on, and then you get multiple episodes of a fight scene where he's saving Tanjiro. He's like they big brother, the big protector. And he comes in to save the day, and he's fighting with poison, and the fight and the battle is drawn on. That makes him even more cooler. It makes him more lit. It makes you root for him more. Whereas with the Miss Hashira, it does. You're right. It has a more impactful backstory, but his fight is 2 seconds. And then the nigga just is like, yeah, man, great try, man. Yeah, man, I'm done. Y'all handle that shit, my nigga. I'm out. I did my part. Be safe, bro. And the girl Hashira, bro, she was irrelevant. She was irrelevant. Okay, listen, bro. No one's gonna argue Rengoku. Rengoku is definitely the coolest. What they did to Rengoku, no, we're not gonna argue that, bro. I'm not here to argue the most popular Hashira. But what I'm saying is they kept the trend going with the ninja dude. Obviously not as Rengoku, but the ninja nigga was still lit. He was still cool. He had his moments. He had his charismatic moments. When that nigga got up to keep fighting, everybody was lit. I don't know if y'all, bro, when he got back up, I was like, oh, nigga, one arm fade, Nick, bro. He was cool as hell. Snatched Tanjiro up out of there, even when he got cut the first time, like, bro, that was a lit. In like niggas thought people dead. Like, bro, that was crazy. Like, we capping, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think season 2 is way better than season 3. Like, I don't even think it's close. Cause niggas is really supposed to be dead. Like you said, niggas are supposed to be dead. And the way Demon Slayer was moving, we thought niggas was dead. I think players are hating on cuz. I think you hating on the nigga because he got hoes, man. I think you might be hating a little bit, Flavor. Reptile, what you think? Because for me personally, like, I was on the edge of my seat in season 2 when niggas was like, when they was boxing, and I thought they really beat her at first. And this is why I brought up the fact season 2 came before season 3, because the trope of like, oh, like we thought they got the dub. You know what I'm saying? We thought she was the only one, and then they sliced her neck, and it was like, oh, we smooth. They kind of brought that trope back in season 3, but it was kind of predictable now because we've just seen it in season 2 that, oh, yeah, no, that can't be how y'all beat the villain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there got to be something more to this nigga. That's why he's ranked this. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that's why I brought up the fact. Whereas in season 2, when we first saw it, we like, oh, it's up. Oh, they just got to be her. Oh, who's that nigga? Whoa, brother, that nigga lost his arm. Whoa, wait a minute. Zenitsu might not make it. Yo, my nigga, the pig nigga may not make it. Yo, niggas is down. Like, bro, when they ended that clip and that niggas was on the ground, bro, come on, y'all. Y'all know I'm not capping. When everybody was on the ground, I was like, damn. We was like, damn, it's up. We was looking like, oh, it's up. Like, I was like, nigga, call it a water hospital. They got a walkie-talkie. Where that Raven at? That Raven better be running a 4-2, nigga. No, I said, that Raven better be flying at Mach speed, nigga. That bird better be flying like Iron Man, nigga. Help them, nigga. Am I capping? Like, or y'all just like, oh, no, that's whatever. The only thing in season 3 that had me somewhat like that was this one. Was this one? The fight just got unbolt. Tanjiro literally got sliced in his next chin area by the brother, and he uses breathing technique to still be alive. I was like, come on. But they explain, bro. That's like, but like that's shown in plot armor though. I can't argue shown in plot armor. And that was the first time they really gave plot armor like that. But they did. It was too shonen to you? Okay. I just think like they explained it very well, like, and obviously I don't care, like, obviously old boy should have died and nigga moved his organs with his body. What's he talking about? And they should have been on a t-shirt. But I was cool with everybody making it. I ain't gonna lie, because that shit was. But that's why I thought it was so lit, because of the fact that that's not really who they are, even though they still kept it, they still explained it for you, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like nothing's fucking One Piece shown in, you know what I'm saying, that type of plot. It was still explained in a way that, oh, that makes sense, but y'all like kind of cheating, you know. Like it was still explained, but that's what made it so crazy, because you like, oh, like, I mean, they killed Rengoku, so I guess niggas is dying. Like you was like, damn, like, I don't know if this ninja nigga gonna make it, but if the ninja nigga don't make it, I don't know if hey, yo, Tanjiro, somebody help. Like, you know what I'm saying? You was like, help them niggas. Whereas like season 3, like, bro, that shit was crazy, bro. When this nigga got the thunderclap, that was crazy. But let's continue. My fault, y'all. I went on a little rant. How do y'all feel in the comments? Season 2, I thought season 2 of Demon Slayer was one of the greatest seasons in anime history. I ain't gonna lie. Like, in 12 episodes. Like, I have never been that excited to watch anime week to week, other than right now with JJK. Like, those two, like, that season 2 was crazy. That's another reason why, like, when I compare season 3 to season 2, I was like, this is weak. What's going on? What happened? But let's continue, y'all. You rated both a 9 out of 10? 9 out of 10? Oh, hell no. I get that shit like a I get that shit like a 6. I see, that's where we differ, because I rated season 3 bad. Like, I thought season 3 was legitimately not good. It was not a good season to me. To Demon Slayer standards. Let me make that clear. To Demon Slayer standards, it wasn't good. They only said it at the end, but Demon Slayer standards, it was not that good. The fights were not as good. Because of them, it felt rushed. But I understand why it felt rushed, because they keep a balance of getting people to care about certain things in a very fast amount of time, which is not normal. That's what makes it great. But this time they couldn't make the balance, and I think there was an imbalance which made the last season bad. Did more for the story than season 2. Yeah, but that was the point of it, though. You got two hot. I mean, if you think about it like that, you got 2 Hashras instead of 1, and then they included Muzan, and they included all these other things. But just because it did more to the story doesn't mean it did more to the story in a good way. Like, it wasn't good. Like, that could have been done way better. If anything, we could argue that they should have made season 3 2 parts, because of the fact that me and you both agree Muzan's backstory is not good. It was stupid. The villains just showing up. The villains didn't even really get their shine. We don't care. Whereas there was like more, to me, a more deeper backstory for the villains in season 2. And the Miss Hofstra got like one episode and it was like, oh, yeah, I mean, that's cool. Like, I mean, the nigga kind of just shows up, fights. You know, that's all the fight was? Okay, cool. Passes. Wow, that's all right. And the Love Hofstra, it was like, oh, we can introduce a second Hofstra. Oh, her backstory. I don't really know if she's that strong, but, you know, she cool people, I guess. Like, nah, this isn't my YouTube channel. Let's continue though. I got Hell, as I said, I got Hell's Paradise over Demon Slayer.
Rising from the horizon. Still, it continues to do what it does best, and that's give us eye-popping fights with spectacular visuals. The visuals and the sound have always been Demon Slayer's strong suit and what propelled it to become the behemoth that it is. Things seem to have taken a bit of a downturn though, but that's to be expected, given that the Swordsmith village was coming off a hype arc and was more focused on character building over the fighting. Still though, it delivered when it needed to, giving us a couple more moments.
I'm not the only one, y'all. Listen, that's all up. Listen, coming off the hyped season 2, and what did Flames just say? It did more for the story, which it did. However, they didn't do it in a good way. But I did say the last episode was amazing.
To remember, we're now approaching the end game, and I can see a bright future ahead for Demon Slayer. The last few clashes against the Upper Moons will be glorious, and I hope you're going to be there to witness it.
I'm just...
Let's continue bringing out the big guns now. Up next is Mushoku Tensei Season 2. Mushoku Tensei is always a subject of discussion in the anime.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Y'all look crazy as hell. I blow dry my hair, take it out of the braids. Nigga, there's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. Nah, this nigga capping, bro. This nigga's capping, bro. Vinny told you cap, bro. There's no way, bro. This not about preference. I can do that with Freewind. This is not about preference, bro. There's no way we got a season about erectile dysfunction and y'all got this higher than what? What are we talking about, bro? Nigga almost bought Viagra for this nigga, bro. What are we talking about, bro? This was an extreme long hentai, bro. We dead ass? Are we serious, bro? Bro, you talking about I'm a shonen watcher, bro? No, bro, no. Y'all not about to... See, y'all try to always say that, oh, you just like shonen. No, nigga, this shit was not good. This was not a good season. Season 2 was way better than this season. Or whatever. Is it what season 3? It's garbage. This was a garbage season. Which I talked about, bruh. And I'm going to say it again. We watched this anime from his perspective. What's bro name? I forgot his damn name, bro. I'm so hot right now. What's this nigga's name, bro? Bro, what's his name, bro? What's his name, bro? What's the main character's name, bro? We watched from his perspective. Rudy, bro. See, Viking, this is why y'all are... This is what is wrong with the anime community. Yo, you can like an anime, but acknowledge when it had a bad season. Rudy, we watched Jobless Reincarnation from Rudy's perspective. Rudy has been looking for Seraph. What's her name? Seraph? Whatever her name is. Sophie. He's been looking for Sophie. No, Sylphie. He's been looking for Sylphie. He's been looking for Sylphie for multiple seasons. We've seen what he's went through in his life. He's gotten stomped out, killed, fought demons, dragons, got his heart broken, all this stuff. He's went through hell looking for Sylphie. But it take 12, 13 episodes for this. She's worried about telling him the truth. This nigga been looking at her, went through hell to find her. But she won't tell him because she's worried if he gonna like her or not. That's crazy. That is absurd. There's no way we gonna rock with her. He went through hell, nigga. She's right there, and she not gonna say what's up. To the point that the princess has to tell her to do something? Because she still wasn't gonna tell the nigga? Bro, no, that's not. Bro, that's not good, bro. That is not good. We got a long anime about erectile dysfunction. We got 12 episodes about 12, 13 episodes about erectile dysfunction. Y'all trying to tell me that's a good anime? That's a good season? Over I don't have this over Mashal. And Mashal is the floor. Bro, hell nah, bro. Hell nah, bro. Niggas is capping, bro. Niggas is capping, bro. Why are we lying? It doesn't abide by standard. All you saw, bro, this nigga had a long romance. Nah, bro. See, y'all, that's what make me mad, bro. Y'all can't just sit up and say, yes, bro, it was a bad season. And another thing, I don't care that you got your heart broken by a 12-year-old, nigga. Like, I'm not rocking with you, bro. Like, I'm not Drake's Marvin's room with you, my nigga. Like, I'm not. That's another thing. I don't care. Cause in your head, bro, you really 30. And you went through hell and back, and Sophie can't even. Sophie could have told him that in episode 6. We stretched this out to the entire season. For what? For what? Like, I'm not gonna speak on it. Like, I haven't watched that much. I know what type of pacing Jobless Reincarnation is. The fact that this season 3, in my opinion, is the worst season of Jobless Reincarnation. I cannot believe that he has this as a top, what's this, number 11? And I just crapped on Demon Slayer's last season. I'm not even mad at Freerun being in it. I'm not mad. I said that is a preference thing. Because I talked about reviews that people gave it. This was objectively a bad season. This was a bad season. And other Jobless Reincarnation fans have said that, like, yeah, no, that was not good. And I just gave y'all reasoning. We watched the whole anime from Rudy's perspective. So how are y'all gonna tell us that we should feel bad for Sylphie when we know Rudy went through hell and back to find her, and she just doesn't want to tell him because she's nervous if he's gonna like her or remember her? She's thinking about herself, her little emotions, and they're gonna be childish to us when we have seen Rudy get stomped out and go through hell and back, and he's worked hard, he's trained, he's developed. So no, we're not gonna feel bad for Sylphie. No, I don't feel bad for this nigga getting his heart broken by a 12-year-old nigga that still likes crackers and apple juice. And no, I don't care about erectile dysfunction for 12 episodes, my nigga. No, bro. This. You think the last season was worse? I ain't gonna lie. I thought this was ridiculous. I can't believe. This is season 2, part 1. So this is season 2, part 1. Okay, cool. Easy. Season 1, part 2 was way better than season 2, part 1. The opening season was better than this season. This was terrible to me. This was garbage. I don't care what no one says. And please argue my points. Anime watchers, please start taking accountability and keeping it a buck with your anime. It is okay. Me and Flamenger had a debate about season 2, season 3. Demon Slayer. And he made some good points. And he countered my points with the fact that, yo, bro, the story, though, this was more about story. Which, he's right. He argued with me about, yeah, even though, bro, you can say bro's charismatic, but his backstory isn't that great. He argued my points, and I said, you're right. The Miss Hashira has better backstory. This nigga argued my points with this, bro. Bro, no, bro, you not like I'm not walking with no erectile dysfunction, bro, for 12 episodes, my nigga. Like, bro, I ain't gonna cap to you. Because I don't think an anime has, like, bro, it's never been that. This anime in itself, if I'm judging it by itself, 12 episodes for erectile dysfunction and all that, that's dumb. And I even said, if you're going to go the slice of life route, we're not, and I'm arguing that point. We don't rock with Sylphie being emotionally scared to talk to bro when we know everything Rudy has gone through. We've been going from Rudy's perspective. So we're not going to feel bad for Sylphie not. And like, yo, she's not gonna. It's cool. Oh, she doesn't want to tell him in episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 episodes for that. No, that's not cool. That's not okay. I'm not rocking with that. To the point that she still can't even say nothing. That other people had to be like, yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Like, that could have been done in a very short amount of time. That didn't need no 12 episodes, 12, 13 episodes. So, no, I disagree. Listen, you arguing to me his reasoning. You're giving me reasoning why he did it. That's the same thing people that like One Piece say. And I'm a One Piece fan. Yo, there's a reason why there's this many characters. There's a reason why there's this many episodes. Because you gotta really give every character their shine. That doesn't change the fact that the pacing is still ridiculously slow. You guys could speed it up. You guys could try to cohesive it a little bit better. You guys could try to look at this way, look at that way. You're not arguing my points. You're giving me reasoning for why he did it. Flame's is hearing me. See, Flames is getting it. He says, I like season 2, part 1 for learning about what really happened with the teleportations. Finding others that also got isekai to the world. Character development. I have no argument with that. The problem is that wasn't the majority of the show. The majority of the show was about Sylphie. And this long, stupid teaser battle that they did. I did like the fact that we found out there was another person from Japan there. I did enjoy the fact that, yo, these other characters are building. He's adopted this other person. Got you. I did enjoy the fact that, yeah, and he himself has gotten stronger. But all that was like 3 to 4 episodes. Why is there 8 to 9 episodes about ED? Why does it take that long for that? And everybody like, oh, that's 2 months. That's 2 months. So everybody like, oh, you're wild about the. It didn't need to take that long for ED. It did not need to take that long for ED. Thank you, Flameser. You argued great points. I countered them with my take, like they didn't need to take that long. And I promise y'all, if y'all go back and watch, nigga, it literally could have got that done in episode 6. This was trash. Okay, I'll ask Flameser then. Flameser, do you think this was better than Demon Slayer and Hell's Paradise? Do you think this season was better than Hell's Paradise and Demon Slayer? I know Reptile's not a fan of Dr. Stone. Okay. Even Flameser says he does not believe Jobless Reincarnation was better than Demon Slayer season or Hell's Paradise season. Thank you. All right. That was like me crapping on it. I like Undead Murder Mystery, and I would take Mashal over it.
Anime community for many reasons, and it's continued to bring more of the same buzz with its second season. With a new season comes new challenges for our protagonist, who finally has to come face to face with one of the challenges in adolescence: heartbreak. Suffering a worse fall than ever and finding a renewed vigor to seek out answers regarding his life, he continues his adventures through the Northern Territories. Mushoku Tensei has maintained its status as a do-it-all isekai that looks pretty and really emphasizes character growth. It's one of the more direct anime in terms of following a protagonist's footsteps as he continues his march through life and its challenges, exploring not only new lands but also new feelings within himself. There's still more action in this second season, but the movie
God damn. Is it because I paused so long? Pause.
We move on to Oshinoko.
And his development took like 1 to 2 episodes. I'll put that out too. My last thing. His development, when he was working out, getting back stronger, and he was coming back, it really only took like 1 to 2 episodes. They didn't waste that much time with his development. That's all I'm saying. Viking said I'll put it over Hell's Paradise under Demon Slayer. Damn, that's respected. I tell y'all, me and my stream, we gonna argue, bro. Y'all made a good point with his development. It did not take that long for that nigga's development.
For the next entry.
What is this?
Around the middle of the year, Oshinoko was the hottest property in town. It's one of the most popular anime, and it's not hard to see why. It didn't waste time putting itself in position to make a statement. A movie-length opener with an amazing ending, a narrative that's just so immersive, and characters who all exude charisma while they struggle through all too relatable dilemmas. There's so much to like about Oshinoko, and that's not even talking about
Flames, did you see it? I didn't watch this. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I didn't see it. James never watched it. I gotta bow. We gotta give Viking the head. Nah, he said just based on how good episode 1 was, I'd argue it deserves to be higher on general principles. Okay.
How it shows the rigors and less glamorous side of the entertainment industry. Oshinoko is an anime that expertly knocks some dark truths into the face of its audience before shifting gears and showing that there's a good and dreamy side to all the struggles at the end of it all. The characters and how they were written form the backbone of Oshinoko's rise. They've no doubt been the most integral part of the story, and when you put them into challenges brought about by the plot, you've got a series that you just can't let go of. A second season is on the way too, so you better get yourself up to speed with this one now. Blade of the Guardians lands in the top half of the list. If there's something I've learned from covering the best of Chinese anime, it's that they spare no effort when it comes to animation. These are shows that don't have a lot of marketing, aren't exactly appealing to the typical anime audiences at first glance, and often get buried in
King's Avatar is fire.
Of every season. Yeah, watching them, I develop a sense of appreciation for the effort and flexing by the animators, pushing a decent to good story to something that I'll gladly vouch for and recommend. 2023's testament to that is none other than The Blade of the Guardians, a story that's pretty simple in premise, but shows its excellence when it comes to characters and animation. A story of a man accepting dangerous missions in ancient China that inevitably escalates tenfold may seem to be a plot that's not unique, but it all hinges on the execution, and the way Blade of the Guardians moved with its plot, I can't help but keep wanting more. Historical anime are also something I like, so that could have played into why I ended up enjoying this one so much, actually. This is something you can give a chance if you're looking for those diamonds in the rough in the world of anime. Barely any marketing, but in it lies one of the most captivating stories 2023 has given us.
The esports anime is King's Avatar. I haven't watched this, so I kind of got a bottle of this one too. I do love Chinese anime. I do think it is fire, but I just believe that I think Chinese anime is fire. But they have a lot of good animation. But King's Avatar was the one that I really resonated with its story. I'm gonna check it out, but I've seen a lot of videos and clips of these fight scenes, so it does look amazing.
Bungo Stray Dogs is in its 4th and 5th seasons for this year, and it just keeps getting better. Bungo Stray Dogs has the distinction of being an anime that just keeps getting better season after season. While the same getting better late down the line can be said of many shows, Bungo Stray Dogs manages to sustain that upward trajectory that a lot of popular series can't, having lull periods in between epic arcs, for example. To put it
I actually disagree with that. I do think it had a low period. I think it got better because season 4 and season 5 are like a part 1, part 2 of each other. The same thing that Vinny Tube said. I actually think part 1 was very hard to watch. I thought part 2 was fire though. Bungo Stray Dogs does something very well, and that is, and I talked about this multiple times, it has the side characters carry the main character. The main character being the werewolf. But Danzai and even the investigation, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, basically here, they carried the season, right? They were the leaders. But in my opinion, there's only so far you can go without actually developing your main character. But I think Bungo Stray Dogs does it the best, where it's like, our show, we kill you with a group of individuals, not our main character. And I think an anime that I've crapped on multiple times, Tokyo Revengers, has tried to do that with a weaker main character with damn near no redeeming qualities. Whereas Last the Werewolf has redeeming qualities in this show, and he's stronger, obviously. He's at least able to fight. But Tokyo Revengers doesn't have near as many cool side characters, as many multiple characters, and the show is able. And Tokyo Revengers is not able to be carried by its cast because the main character is so bad. Whereas with this, I think they have the balance perfectly. That the side characters carry the show. They're cool. The main character is alright, like he's smooth people, but he's not gonna be your favorite character. But everyone else being so cool, being so complex, being so interesting, and the story being written in such a way that all these characters get a shine, and it might focus on one character this time and this character this time and explain everything, makes Bungo Stray Dogs what it is. But I do think it's starting to weigh on people a little bit. To me, it weighed on me a lot in season 4 that the main character, the werewolf, was still very weak, trash, still kind of indecisive, not really taking a step of strength at all, and he just doesn't really know what to do. He's just kind of there, even in critical moments, and that was cool in the first couple of seasons. But by now, you're like, dang, bro, you ain't developed at all. Like, you don't get any type of development. You're still leaning on the same people, and that's what I felt like. Is in I don't know if Flames, did you watch Bungo Stray Dogs? I don't know if I fully agree with it being higher than a Demon Slayer. But it did end well though. It had a really good ending. The second half was really good. I just said I stopped at season 3. The second half was really good. I didn't like the first half, so it's kind of tough. Like, did the second season save enough for me? It's like the battle between 12 episodes versus 24 episodes. It was a mystery. Did have us on our toes. Especially the second half was very good. Okay, I'll agree. I'll go Bungo Stray Dogs. I'll go second. Behind that is Hell's Paradise, and I'll go Demon Slayer behind that. I'm not too mad at. Yeah, the second half of Bungo Stray Dogs was really fire. And the overall meaning and questioning about ideologies was really fire too. So I'll agree with it.
Simply, this franchise has only gotten more and more interesting, and it still remains underrated for how good it's become. A lot of it has to do with how the stakes have become higher now compared to before. I've seen a couple of people note that this was the first time threats felt super real for some of the characters, something that I'm actually inclined to agree with. With how well this season has done in the character development department, it adds to the thrill and suspense of waiting for each episode.
It's the character development of everybody but the main character. I'm gonna say that. Character development for everybody but the main character. The main character is still the same guy. It's actually kind of interesting.
And wondering what twists the story has left to throw at its audience. The hype for Heavenly Delusion wasn't misplaced, and it ended up being one of the best anime of the year.
Oh, Flames, you got to take this over. Isn't this the Promised Neverland ripoff? Or am I tripping?
I didn't know what to make of Heavenly Delusion at first, a post-catastrophic world with an isolated society that's not exactly what it seems on the surface. What I love about Heavenly Delusion is how it engages the viewer. Mysteries are much more fun when the audience gets a chance to join in with wondering about the events, piecing together puzzles and the like. The way stories from inside the nursery society and the outside world are told side by side is just genius, allowing anime fans to use their brains and just piece things together. Like the mentioned shows, there's this eerie and uncomfortable feeling hanging over most of Heavenly Delusion, and it contrasts perfectly with more light-hearted scenes. There's some strong character work as well, and it works hand in hand with some of the more mature themes that the anime showcases in its narrative. I won't exactly call Heavenly Delusion an underappreciated title from its season, since a lot of people I know did take a crack at it. However, in terms of quality, it can more than stand toe-to-toe with the giants of 2023 without half the popularity of something like, say, Oshi no Ko. This anime is a real gem that you should definitely try.
I got about because I think this was the one that reminded me a lot of Oh Boy. So let's continue. Let's watch. So I'll kind of bow out of this one, but Flames has been hyping it up to me for a while, and I trust Viking about his rating for it as well. But I remember it was hyped up, had a very similar premise to Promised Neverland. So I was like, I don't want to watch a carbon copy. So y'all gonna be like, yo, you haven't seen a lot of these animes. There's a reason why I didn't watch Heaven's Paradise because it reminded me a lot of
Here's Pluto taking this next spot on the list. The people who
Oh man, this is the anime I got killed for, man. This is the anime I got killed for because I was like, it shouldn't be the most anticipated anime, even though it was Vinny 2's list. I was like, there's just no way it's more anticipated than Attack on Titan's ending. Wow. So with this anime, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Would I have it? Oh, is it a better anime? I haven't seen Heaven's Paradise. For what it does, is it better? It's more about it's. So when we talk about Pluto, and this is the thing with anime conversations, is you have to also think about like what it was written for, like what was its goals, and rated in that era, in that not era, in that category, right? I think this anime was good. I do think it was an 8 out of 10 anime. If I'm comparing it to itself or living up to hype, I disagree. This anime was not Monster. It wasn't. It felt like somebody was copying Monster, as I listed in my review of Pluto. It was hard to follow at times, especially if you've seen Monster anime, because I believe it's the same writer and animator or same studio type. And why it was so hard to follow if you've seen the legendary Monster anime, it's the same design. The characters damn near look the exact same. I think a couple of them were designed the exact same. So you're watching and you're like, bro, isn't that old boy from? Wait, no, wait, isn't that? Wait, isn't that? And the worlds aren't connected like a Naruto and Boruto. So you're looking at them, you're like, oh, like it's not like, oh, that's Rock Lee's son. You're watching, and you're like, oh, wait, that's a different name for the same looking nigga, the exact same looking nigga. What are we doing? Also, I felt that the mystery was a little too complicated at times and didn't need to be. I felt like a lot of times in the show itself, there was very simple answers for the plot. But because of the plot, they made it more complicated than it needed to be. So a quick example is the fact that there's this two examples. There's a murder robot that is hunting down scientists and the scientists that made the world's strongest robots. Right? The world's strongest robots refuse to just come together and fight it as one. They decide to basically have multiple one-on-ones with this insane killer robot. The simple answer is, why don't you guys just group together and fight them all as one? It makes things way simple. Oh, my fault. That's a wild idea. Why would you do that? Got it. Cool. That was me. I'm being stupid. And obviously, it's for the plot, for it to be more suspenseful, for it to like build up. But it was like y'all could just form a team to destroy him. That's like it's like if Darkseid came to Earth, nigga, and like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman were like, nah, like yeah, as long as that nigga don't come to Metropolis, like I'm good. I'll see him when he comes to Metropolis. Batman's like, yeah, I'll take on a nigga when he come to Gotham. Like, bro, what? Like, y'all group up together to fight him now? Like, what are you doing? Green Lantern, nigga, fight him together, bro. What is? And another thing that was stupid is there's a huge mystery about. This is a spoiler. Actually, I won't spoil that part, but yeah, there's another part that was like I said, there was a lot of simple answers to the plot. But it felt like instead of going this simple answer route, they made it more complicated, but it didn't make sense why it was complicated. It felt like it was complicated just for the sake of plot, not for any real reasoning. But even with that being said, I'll in terms of rating of enjoy, because I had to, it was hard to follow to me. Like I had to rewatch a couple times. I'll niggas is gonna be mad at me, bro. Even though but I didn't like the first half of Bungo Stray Dogs. But when you finish Pluto, you're like, nigga, there were so many simple answers. Based on y'all, I would probably move Hell's Paradise to 5, and then Bungo Stray Dogs to 6, and I would drop Pluto to 7. Nah, I would just move Hell's Paradise to 5, drop Pluto to 6, and I'll be fair and move Bungo Stray Dogs to 7. Because Demon Slayer didn't have his best season, but my preference is I enjoyed Hell's Paradise a lot. So, yeah, I would go Hell's Paradise 7, Bungo Stray Dogs 8, Heavenly Paradise 5, and Pluto 6. That
Who came
sounded
into
crazy.
watching Pluto may have done it out of reputation. With the renowned name behind the anime, someone could easily brush Pluto off as a show living on reputation. But it's the real deal. If you're up for a mature sci-fi mystery that wrestles with the idea of humans and robots coexisting, then you've come to the right place. Pluto keeps its narrative pretty compact, spanning 8 episodes of an hour each, every moment filled with scenes that either make you think or get your heart pumping. That's pretty much what you'll like from a crime thriller, and with the plethora of cliffhangers, it won't take long for anyone to get hooked. Seriously, give Pluto a shot. It may not have as much hype as the biggest hits of 2023, but it is a true gem, full of great action and introspective questions.
人間の像は消えますか？消去しても消えないものですか？
Bleach marches on as one of the best of 2023. Now,
Your Majesty, we are discovered. Good.
Oh shit. Ooh. Ooh.
in what's become one of the greatest revivals of them all, we have Bleach maintaining its momentum with the 1,000-year Blood War. It's not an understatement to say that a bit over half a decade ago, Bleach's reputation was in the gutter thanks to its final arc in the manga, unanswered questions and lots of rushing being the main culprit. Thankfully though, the anime has filled in the holes and given us so much more. What I've said about the first part of the 1,000-year Blood War holds true for its second part, which has gone the extra mile in giving anime viewers more lore and fights that were far improved from their manga counterparts.
This is 4. I don't know. I think Spy Family. Does Spy Family have to be here? I think Spy Family has to be here. Bleach had. I enjoy, but I like I said, I'm trying to be fair here because like Pluto was a good watch, but I didn't. I enjoyed watching Hell's Paradise more than I did enjoy watching Pluto, even though it was a good show. Oh snap! Oh yeah, Vinland Saga. Oh yeah, JJK Spy Family, Vinland Saga. Oh yeah, JJK Spy Family, Vinland Saga definitely have to be in the list. Do I thought the season. This is why people are gonna like hate me, bro. Like I thought the season wasn't even that good, bro. Like I enjoyed the fight scenes. I was hyped, but I thought it just wasn't. I didn't like the way Bleach carried itself. I didn't, but nostalgia does play a factor. So you know, a lot of characters are already lit. We were already kind of waiting for Ichigo to come back. Like where's Ichigo coming from? And the fight scenes were better than Demon Slayer and Hell's Paradise. Um, hmm. I actually agree. This might be the place to put it. To be honest, yeah, I'm a fault.
All of a sudden, a lot of the context and the emotional stakes for the titanic clashes in the arc started to make.
Bro said, compared to the other animes, Bleach was still. Let's not do that now. That's when I think about it. It was better than Demon Slayer this year. Not gonna argue that. Demon Slayer sold, and the only other one to me would be Hell's Paradise as an argument, but Hell's Paradise is too new. We're already involved with the characters, and the fight scenes were good, even though Bleach does have holes. It still was a lit experience, and you were hyped. So, yeah, you're right. Flames is right. I'm comparing it to itself, and I'm giving it critique. But compared to the other animes, it's still this. So you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. My fault. Flames.
A lot more sense. Bleach fans have been feasting since the 1000-year Blood War anime arrived, and it will continue for the foreseeable future. But take note, we're just at the halfway point. We've still got an entire half of Bleach ahead, a half which will no doubt add even more background and layers to some of the most intriguing characters Kubo ever came up with.
Yeah. Pacing wise, Bleach is like I just don't get Bleach. I just don't know why they did that.
Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 takes the next spot.
Flames, am I tripping? I'm gonna let y'all decide. Am I tripping? Oh snap! Flames think JJK should be lower. That is true. Nah, but he listed Free Ran and Free Ran not over. He listed Free Ran at number 12, and like that wasn't even done. So we kind of do gotta. He did list Free Ran, so we gotta. JJK at 3 to me is crazy. I think it should. I personally think it should be higher. But obviously, he recorded this between a couple episodes, and Flames is waiting to binge watch this whole. So Flames hasn't seen what's really going on right now. That's. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That argument we had with Demon Slayer versus JJK has now aged wonderfully. JJK is no Demon Slayer. I ain't even gonna cap to y'all. It's washing. It's washing right now. Oh, my fault. That might be a spoiler.
I find it fitting to place Bleach and Jujutsu Kaisen next to each other. One glance and you can tell that the former had a strong influence on the latter, and it just feels surreal that both are airing in 2023 and both are at the peak of their powers in terms of anime adaptation.
Oh my god, bro. Don't say that, bro, because it's like the little stuff. I'm like, bro, no, it's not. It's not at the peak of their powers. Bleach Season 2. JJK is perfect. Season 2 of JJK is perfect. I stand on that. Bleach is not perfect. Bleach is not perfect. Bleach messed up. Me, Flames, Reptile, and my stream have had these arguments multiple times before. Bleach has sold. Bleach to me is damn near messing up. Mind y'all, Bleach was part of the big three, my nigga. For real. Bleach is not at his peak. I disagree with that, V, a lot. That is not true. Bleach is not at his peak at all. Everything's like one fight scene, and it's like, yeah, be safe. We'll catch y'all niggas. The pacing is a little off. The pacing is what ruins it because everything's happening so quickly. Two, in the fight scenes, it's just like a dap up, like, oh, that nigga's gone. Yeah, be safe. What you mean he's gonna be safe, bro? We've been watching these characters for like 300, 400 episodes. What you mean be safe, bro? We can't even get emotionally attached. We can't even like have a chance to just be like, damn, that sucks. It's on some Baki. You fight him, boom, move on. Yeah, easy, be safe, we'll catch y'all. And it just happening rapidly and keep going. And this, all right, yeah, be safe and cool, boom. They're strong, nope. They're strong, nope. And a lot of captains are getting sold in their fights. They're just getting stomped out. People being introduced and dying in the same flipping episode. That is crazy work. And my thing about Bleach has been this. I agree with Bleach updating his fighting. However, Bleach never had a pacing problem. And I stand by that. Bleach never had a pacing problem. It had a filler problem. When they would have like these random filler episodes with the dude with the afro coming in with the sisters. But pacing wise, Bleach was never Naruto, Bleach was never One Piece, and Bleach was never old Dragon Ball Z. I think that's why people like Bleach. And on top of this, a lot of the villains we don't even rock with, which is something that's not Bleach. Hueco Mundo, we started rocking with Espada. We was like, damn, that's his story, bro. Damn. The dude with the two guns, the wolves, like, we was rocking with, bro. We was like, oh, bro, kind of cool. The shark girl, we was like, oh, she kind of cool. The king dude that, like, he was a skeleton, we was like, damn, this story is kind of crazy. Ukihara, like, come on. I mean, Ikumura. Did I say it right? My fault. That fault. Ichigo, like, we remember, bro. Grimmjow was fired. Like, these villains, we damn near don't care. We don't care about none of them. We like, I mean, the nigga look okay, I guess. Oh, yeah, he is. He's counting Eminence in the Shadow. Eminence in the Shadow is fire. I love that.
I actually had a hard time deciding which one to put over the other, so we can
You had a hard time picking which one to put up. Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap. But I swear for God, if y'all are watching JJK, y'all gonna know this is cap, bro. This is cap. Objectively, this is cap. I had a tough time picking Bleach or JJ. JJK right now is a... Put down in the comments what's wrong with the season, and I'll argue with you. I promise you. Put down in the comments what's wrong with JJK. I'll argue with you and have your points. Objectively. Like, I want actual points to argue against JJK. Dead ass. Because the villains in JJK are better than the villains in Bleach. Because they get shine. They get a backstory. You feel for them. Nigga, this is like, yeah, nigga, we squabble up. All right, that nigga gone, cuz, be safe, easy. Come on, bro.
Consider this a virtual tie. Regardless, Jujutsu Kaisen more than deserves its spot here for how good Season 2's been, having far and above surpassed the goodness that is in the first season.
Lying,
Given how much
bruh.
of a big deal the first season was, that is a high bar to reach, you know, and Season 2 did it with one of the...
These niggas lying, bro. These niggas lying, bro. Even in a popularity contest, bro, JJK, bro, this nigga named Toji is taking the internet by storm, bro. Just off of popularity, and Bleach is a popular anime, so how are you gonna say it's even any type of close, bro?
Not much more needs to be said about the Shibuya arc, so just go and watch it now.
Listen, I know y'all rock with Damichi. There's no way Damichi is over JJK.
About humans standing up and fighting against unstoppable titans would turn out to be whatever this final season has become, I just wouldn't have believed you. Yet at that time, my gut would also tell me that it's within the realm of possibility. Attack on Titan has certainly come a long way, and the drastic change in status quo in preparation for this part of the final season makes for an ultimate confrontation to remember. People have been calling the final season the best one so far, and while that is debatable...
Who? 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 And mind y'all, we only counting Part 4. And Part 4 just dropped. Part 3 was not this year, y'all. Talk to me. Y'all gotta talk to me. Part 3 was not this year. This is only Part 4 Attack on Titan. Or am I tripping? Please let me know. When did Attack on Titan Part 3 drop? Finale Part 3. Let me know. If it's both of them, I got y'all. I'll stand out on my JJK takes. When was it released? Oh, it was all this year. Okay, it was all this year. Okay, it was all this year. It was all this year. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Not mad. JJK hasn't ended yet. Attack on Titan got an ending. JJK hasn't ended yet. I'm cool with that. Let's continue.
I think it speaks to how well Attack on Titan has transitioned as the goals of the story and the characters' motivations have changed. Compare this season to the first one, and you'll feel like you're looking at a different show given the drastic shift in status quo and overlying philosophy behind the series. It just speaks to how flexible Attack on Titan is in giving consistently immersive plotlines for fans to follow while telling a message through different lenses. Along with some amazing work by the anime team in the production department, this is the finale that Attack on Titan fans deserve. They've been waiting for this pretty much for a decade, and it's time to see the thrilling conclusion. Finishing up, we have Vinland Saga, my top anime of...
I agree with Attack on Titan being number... it's definitely not number 2 to me. I have Attack on Titan as number 1. JJK hasn't finished out, even though I think there's some plot holes in the finale Part 4 of Attack on Titan. The Part 3 was amazing. So it's kind of, even though I thought Part 4 wasn't as good as Attack on Titan, I wouldn't rate it below like a 9. So like, actually I had the finale at still a 9.9. So, Viking said he would keep it separate as there's like a finale movies, but they just grouped it as movies, so that would be like a season. I actually prefer a movie rather than you drop it fucking 3 months. But that is a fair point. Me personally, I think Attack on Titan is number 1. I'm not even gonna. Let me give Vinny 2 points.
Of 2023. It might be a pretty surprising pick to many to a certain extent. I've made it no secret that I just love Vinland Saga. I really like the anime and even had it as the best anime of 2019. But things have changed for the series.
I backed him on that. I agree with that. I think Vinland Saga season 1 is the most perfect season 1 of all. I think it goes into the history books as one of the most perfect season 1s ever. Stand by that.
No longer is it about the dangerous and daring adventures through the seas. No longer is it a gritty tale of revenge and internal intrigue. It's ended up becoming a slice of life / drama show, so what gives? I'd argue that even in this form, Vinland Saga continues to excel in what it does best: character writing. The change in genre might be jarring to a lot of fans from 2019, and honestly speaking, I did feel that way too. But if you look past the fact that there's not too much of the intense action anymore, the essence, the key components of what makes it so great, they're actually still there. Spectacular art that lets us take in some breathtaking scenery, methodical plot points that help build character and give us some time to reflect, as well as a lot of philosophical questions imbued in the narrative. Vinland Saga actually feels like it's pushed the bounds of what anime typically is, and that to me makes it deserving of this spot as my best anime of 20.
I actually enjoyed his explanation. He acknowledged the change of genres. And while I would not have Vinland Saga, I went back and I finished Vinland Saga. At first, I took a break because I got to episode like 10 or 11. They still didn't fight or didn't do anything type of violent. They kept teasing it. I was already fed up with it, as my stream knows. I'm glad that he acknowledged the change of genre. That has never been seen before and wasn't fair to a lot of fans, and that's why a lot of fans were upset. Here's my thing. Not gonna lie, Vinland 2 for me doesn't even crack the top 10 for enjoyment to me. If you want to rate shows by pure production value, then yeah, it's up there. But there was plenty of animes more enjoyable than it. I actually agree with that. I did rock with Imminence of the Shadow that dropped this year. That's going on right now currently. I'm watching it. I kind of enjoy watching that more than I did Vinland Saga, especially the beginning of it. And I enjoyed watching Hell's Paradise more, and I enjoyed even watching Demon Slayer more. Me personally. Now, I even Bleach, JJK, obviously. With Vinland Saga, I'll say this. Especially in the beginning. And my points, and I'll stick with actual points for people to argue against. And, one, they basically changed main characters. They changed main characters from Askeladd to Thorfinn. Mind you, Thorfinn doesn't even really talk. We don't even know this nigga. So really, the main character at first is the farmer guy. The farmer guy is coming from a perspective of he was an innocent bystander in the village. And what happens to him is sad. His family gets killed. Sister gets killed as well. He hates people and he hates them and he's a slave now. But the problem with that, in his perspective, is we were from the Viking side perspective for an entire season. So we don't care. We don't feel bad for him. We're like, yeah, bro, you're weak. Yeah, you're not strong. Because we spent an entire season on the Viking side, so we're like, bro, yes, you're weak, bro. That's not jarring. That's not crazy to us anymore. That's not that happened to you? We're so sad. No, you're weak, bro, and you're not charismatic. We don't care about you. So Thorfinn is damn near mute for the first 4, 5, 6 episodes. So the character that's taking over the show right now is the farmer nigga. Farmer nigga we don't care about because we've been rocking the Viking perspective. So obviously we don't care about the farming perspective. We don't care. Now, in the end, does it get better if you make it through the first 10, 11, 12 episodes? Yes, I'll admit it does get better. You start rocking with it. They add certain principles. But as you're watching, especially if you come from everything that the first season was, and the main character being Askeladd, now there's a change of the genre in the main character being Thorfinn now. You're like, man, it's just tough to watch. He doesn't want to fight anything anymore. He just gets beat down. You get the ideology, which they should have did. He has no development in 5 years, nothing. He's still just this mute kid. It didn't feel right to me, in my opinion. So I would never have Vinland Saga as number 1. Damn sure not over Attack on Titan. Damn sure not over JJK. I've had many arguments against this anime, because it was just such a tough watch because I've seen season 1. So me personally, I have to knock it. But if I'm being objective, I wouldn't have. It's damn sure not 1 for sure. My top 5 list would be Attack on Titan is 1, JJK number 2, 3. this for me of the season, I really enjoyed uh uh I'll go Bleach. I'll go Bleach 3. I'll go Hell's Paradise 4. I will go Bungo Stray Dogs 5. Um I did really enjoy Evidence of the Shadow. I did enjoy Undead Murder Face. Those will probably be like my list to round it out. But that is my top 5. For rating stuff, I'm based on enjoyment. If I'm making a list, I'm rating stuff based on enjoyment, not value. But you gotta just talk about the story and all that good stuff. So I'm not too mad at it. But Bungo Stray Dogs was fire. I don't think Pluto to me was good, but enjoyment and all that matters. But on the list, what is your top 5? I definitely disagree with Vinland Saga being number 1. That is smoking dog dick. JJK to me is the number 2 best anime right now, but its season isn't over. So even then, to me, it might take over the finale spot just because I thought there was some holes in part 2, part 4 of the finale of Attack on Titan. But we'll see though. It's your boy Chosen. Shout out my stream. Shout out Viking. Shout out Flazer. Shout out Reptile. Shout out everybody in my stream coming in and having this long dialogue with us. I don't know if people are going to check out this long ass video, but have some fun with us. Argue our points. Put down in the comments what y'all agree with, what y'all disagree with. Do y'all agree with the list? And what is y'all top 5 best anime of 2023, man? It's your boy Chosen. I'm out.